I don't do a lot of live streaming on Instagram a lot. So I decided to go live on Instagram tonight. Let me put my countdown timer on for my 5 minutes of fame on my YouTube, Periscope, and Facebook, right? So we're on the timer. Am I share? Yep. So I'm sharing that screen. 5 minutes of fame. Come on in. Drop your city and state. Just say hello. Hope my internet connection is going to be strong enough for you. Also, credit results. You all see that? Yeah, you all can see that. So if you look at that, I always love to get these texts to my phone. Right? I always love to get these texts to my phone. Great news for me. So Instagram, because I'm not on Instagram a lot, I think my internet is slowing up as a result. Hold on, let me make sure. Try to speed up my internet. I am known Instagram as the queen of credit. Let me know if you all can hear me. See how this volume is on Instagram. Instagram from someone, let me know. Y'all can hear me well. This mic up. So, good evening. Periscope, Miami, Florida is the first report in. Periscope is in the house. Hello, Miami, Florida. I'm going to read this text message to you all in a few. We got Detroit, Michigan in the house. Detroit, Michigan in the house. From YouTube, hello, Detroit. And you all do me a favor as well. As you're coming in, right, share this with your followers. Again, I always like to get text messages like these, right? That makes my day. The text message reads, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I had no idea just one removed collection can shoot your credit up by 31 points. OMG, right? Oh my God. But I'm not going to talk about credit today. I have a payroll tax deduction update for you. I want to share with you about the effects of the payroll taxes, how your paychecks can be smaller next year, right? How this will affect, if this goes into effect, smaller paychecks next year. Hello from Louisville, Texas is in. You all on YouTube, make sure you hit that thumbs up for me as you come in as well. Hello, Jesus on YouTube. Instagram, if you would like to join me on YouTube, so my YouTube channel you can subscribe to is the Queen of Credit. You all, I am trying to go live on Instagram. So I'm live on all 4 platforms right now. Instagram, Periscope, Facebook, and YouTube. So I hope that my internet is able to handle that. We have 1 minute, 40 seconds, 5 minutes of fame. Hello from Jacksonville, Florida on YouTube, Instagram. If you're coming in, drop your city and state. I was just showing some credit testimonials. Again, you in the Queen of Credit, right? Room, text messages from my phone. I love getting these texts. And the 700 Club, right? First time on, LH from Raleigh, North Carolina. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you in the Credit and Cash Flow Room. Glad you are on. Thank you, Jesus. Let's try to get that 70 likes up, right? 55 seconds and counting. Hello, Martin from Detroit, Washington. The 313 is in the credit and cash flow room. Hello, Martin. I feel like my internet's a little slow, right? Because I got so many streams going on. So come on in. Come in. 25 seconds and counting, right? 25 seconds and counting. Let me know what city or state that you are tuning in from, or just say hello, right? Just say hello. Just come in and say hello. You might not want to give out your city or state, but just say hello. St. Louis, checking in. 3, 2, 1. Boom. 5 minutes of fame. Time is up. We have St. Louis. Jesus says, Queen, I love that upload you did with the home-based business people. Yeah, I trying to do something a little differently, Jesus, and do shorter videos, 5 minutes or less, just up clips. I really want to upload it to my story. Just showing the success, right, of the people in the home-based business, which ties into smaller paychecks next year if, right, this payroll tax plan is implemented, right, or tax deferral program. So we got Dave Sincere in from Atlanta, Georgia. Hello, Dave. I hope everyone had a great day today. And Andre Tillman. Hello, Andre, on Facebook from the SIP from Mississippi. Hello, Andre. Glad you're tuning in from Mississippi. So let's get into the topic of discussion. I was showing you all a recent text message that I just received from a client that's in the 700 club, right? Glad to be in the 700 club, right? And just send me a text. This makes everything worthwhile. Thank you. I had no idea, y'all. Just one remove collection can shoot your credit score by 31 points. And for her, it put her in the 700 club, right? Put her in the 700 club. So when I get these text messages of whether they're small, big, or minor, bankruptcy, charge-off collections, 1 collections, 10 collections, whatever, right? I know I've changed someone's credit and cash flow life. So, and thank you, Jesus, for your support and acknowledgement of changing people cash flow in the home-based business as well. Because this is what I tell people, right? It does not matter. Excuse me, I had to clear my throat. I do have some throat comfort. You all think I should make this tea? Try this out. But I'm drinking cold water now. I probably will try this later on when I get out the live stream. Yeah. Says to warm up or soothe the throat for such as singing or public speaking. Sip as needed throughout the day. I definitely need this because I use my voice a lot. Also coach girls basketball as well, right? YouTube said, this is why I'm diving into credit building, started September. I don't trust, right. And you know what? That's great. And September starts tomorrow. Please start into your credit building right now, right? Because this tax deferral has some more look like negatives to it than positive, right? More cons than pros. Wonder Woman said this throat comfort is some good stuff. All right, Wonder Woman, I definitely would try that. St. Thomas, Virginia, is in the house. Jacqueline, hello, Queen to you as well. Let's go over it. They said, what's wrong with the payroll tax deferral plan? Let's go over it. Then we have Lee Brown in the credit and cash flow room, aka Les Brown. lemon. Something is tapping, and I think I'm the only one here. I'm like, what? Oh, I think that's my neighbor. Okay, I'm just making sure, right? But lemon ginger tea with honey will help. Okay, I do have lemon, I have ginger, and I have honey. So I definitely would try that as well. Thank you so much. Now, Instagram, you may want to just hop onto my YouTube. Follow me on YouTube as Queen of Credit. I'm going to end the Instagram right now because, well, I mean, unless you just want me to read to you all without you being able to see the article, and that'll work too. So let me pull the article up. But not right now. I'm trying to drink this ice cold water. Okay. Okay, so you should be able to see that article. Let me blow it up for you a little bigger. Workers will see smaller paychecks next year under Trump's payroll tax deferral, right? The goal of President Trump's executive memorandum on payroll tax deferral is to get more money into the pockets of Americans this year, right? But the move also means those same workers will get smaller paychecks for the first 4 months of 2021, according to new guidance on how to implement the deferral. On Friday, the Internal Revenue Service, also known as the IRS, and Treasury Department told employees that they would be liable to pay back what they defer from their employees' paychecks under the executive memo. So workers won't face a huge tax bill when they file their 2020 federal returns, right? So your employer will be responsible, right? Will be responsible if they defer your paycheck under this memo. So us, the consumers or workers, will not face a huge tax bill when you file your current year, this year 2020 tax returns. To accomplish this, employers would take double the Social Security tax out of employees' paychecks in the first 4 months. Okay, in the first 4 months of 2021. So January, February, March, and April. I told you all my other live stream that you pretty much you work to pay back the IRS, right, from January to April. And Jesus had a aha moment. He said, now that explains why, right, taxes are due April 15th. Right, exactly. So great points you all are making. KD84 says what makes it slightly worse is that the flu and the Rona will make business openings difficult already, operating at 50% or less. Yes, it's still up to the company, right? It is still up to the company, but the company has to know, clear waterfall, that you still will be responsible for the repayment of these taxes. So a lot of employers are saying or suggesting that, hey, we won't pay it when we withhold it from the employees, right? We're going to keep it and secure it because we know that we will still have to pay these taxes due, right? And so a lot of the employees still won't see it because if workers or employers decide to withhold it, right, they still are suggesting that they're not going to pay out. They're going to save it and secure it because they know that there will be taxes due as well, right? Martin says there's new information on Chase Unlimited credit card. Okay, Martin, thank you. We'll definitely get into that once we finish this. So the first 4 months of 2021 to pay Uncle Sam. Listen, you all do this anyway. You see in my background, I told you, you get taxed if you're on the, I break down the cash flow quadrant. You get taxed 30 to 40% if you are an employer. Hey, you'll do me a favor. Yeah. And you say, you'll make me this. My throat's a little irritated. I just want that throat come. And keep those coins, they might be worth. I know. I put them in my thing. Yeah, because they're saying. Yeah, they're saying it's a coin shortage, so they might be worth a lot more than what they. Okay, Clearwater Fall. Are you saying you're going to just pay it to your employees, or are you just going to pay your taxes as regular, and you wouldn't withhold it? Essentially, employees are going to notice that their net pay is going to reduce next year in roughly equal amounts to what it was or increase, right? So if you see an increase September through December, which is 4 months, September, October, November, December, 4 months, then you're going to see a reduce next year and roughly equal amounts that it was increased, right, September or through December of this year, 2021. For that reason, we thought employees were going to have an opinion about this, right? So the guidance also puts pressure on employers. The deferral was supposed to begin September the 1st, which is tomorrow, and run through the end of the year, December 31st, the end of the fiscal year, according to Trump's action. But because the guidance came out so late, employers was not able, or they won't be able to implement the deferral immediately. That notice coming out on 5 o'clock on Friday gave employers exactly 1 business day, right, to respond. Keep in mind, employers run their payrolls, right, well in advance of payday. So some September payroll was being ran early as last week, right? And so ADP, for example, plans to roll out this deferral in early September for its clients, but most of the employers won't have theirs ready until late September or even probably 1st of October. The guidance requires employers to figure out the total amount that will be deferred for each employee who wants to opt in, so it won't be withheld in next year's paycheck before tax time. Employers will also need to educate their workers on what will happen to their paycheck this year and next year, right, if they choose a deferral. So there are no unwanted surprises. It's a pretty big workload to tell an employee their options. So it applies to like 100 million people. And there are some reporting of the deferred wages that employers will have to do this as well, so they don't get assessed for any taxes paid next year. So that's what she was mentioning, Clear Waterfowl on Periscope. You don't want to be assessed for any taxes for next year. Unfortunately, some employers may not think the leg work involved is even worth it and can opt out. So just know that your employer can opt out, right? This is not a demand. They do have an option, and they're not forced to do it. So it's a lot of paperwork to do over the next couple of days. Jury is still out how popular this thing is going to be. And a lot of people are predicting that this actually gets implemented, right? Thank you, Clearwater File. thank you so much, that Social Security may be depleted within 3 years if this actual implementation happens. So just know, I don't know who's making those stupid pay because on my Periscope, but just know that I inform people all the time that there is, let me see, 1 second. All right, that this is optional. Your employer can explain the process. They don't have to do it. It's a lot of leg work that has to be done. And even if it's implemented, I don't think it'll be worth all the issues just for October, November, and December, right? So the reason why I really want to come before you all, let me share this, is because I've been trying to, right, we're saying the smaller paychecks will hit next year, right? The smaller paychecks could hit next year. Give me 1 second at all. If, and not smaller in the sense of you would have gotten what you was receiving before this. So it would, in a sense, really just go back to normal. And that's what it means, smaller paychecks, because you would temporarily see that increase in your taxes, right? So let's read some of these. It says Trump and Republicans will cut Social Security if he gets reelected. Social Security is already insecure at this point anyway. Don't know the future of Social Security anyway. The only thing that this will do is make it happen sooner than later. So I always break down, right, the taxes out of your paycheck. And this is what I do in my home-based business. Let me move it up this way. Let me adjust my camera. This is what I do in my home-based business, is to help people legally, morally, and ethically, right? She says social SS checks are cut out the general fund. Wow, okay. And so save on these taxes anyway, right? Legally, morally, and ethically through the implementation of a home-based business. So your Social Security and Medicare is 7.5%. Your employer has to match that 7.5%, right? Your federal tax is 6.2%. And then if you get state deductions taken out, your state taxes, which all equals or equivalent without the state taxes included, at a 13.7%. Once you get a home-based business, you get 475 tax deductions, right? And I tell people all the time, taxes is what caused debt. If you're only earning 60 to 70 cents on the dollar for your labor, right, then you would never, ever really experience financial freedom. And so under the auspice or under the umbrella of a home-based business model, you can bring back or you can get back more of the money that you're making or that you earn. And so on average, people overpay $200 to $600 on taxes anyway, right? So that's the power of a home-based business. That's the power of a home-based business. And so if people want to take advantage of having a bigger paycheck, then this is your legal way to get that done, right? This is the legal ways in order for you to get that done. Because one thing that President Trump has always emphasized and stressed before he got elected, right, into office or president, is that what most Americans don't know is their biggest expenses are taxes. Thank you. You put it like that. Thank you. Their biggest expense is taxes, and most people don't know that. They think it's their credit card debt or the interest on their credit card debt, and it prevents people, right, from being able to increase their take-home pay, right, or their bring-home pay. Because I've always told people, how many people that do you know that have two jobs that's still not broke? So that's why I don't believe in the Dave Ramsey philosophy of working two jobs. And now with 51 million Americans unemployed, you can't even find two jobs now. But if you could, how many people do you know that's working two jobs that's still not broke, right? So the smaller paychecks, it's not necessarily smaller. It's just in the sense that people will see more of their paychecks if their employer implement this, right? And then it will go back to where it was initially. And it's only some employers can't even implement this because of the short notice. So it will only be for October, November, and December, right? If some, or maybe mid-September, if your employer decides. But they have to have that, or they're supposed to have that education for you of the ramifications of getting it done. So your employer can opt out, and you as an employee should be able to opt out as well. But as far as the home-based business, that does not include Social Security and Medicare, right? But it does help you decrease your taxable federal taxes, right? That's taken out of your paycheck, because the federal government, aka the IRS, give tax incentives to people who operate under the umbrella of a business. So in other words, you are taxed less once you operate as a business or EIN versus your social security number, because either way, you're still human resources to the government. You're just deciding what type of economic slave you're going to be. Are you going to be an economic slave that's taxed under your social, or taxed less through a business model that's get taxed from maybe 10 to 20%? Employees get the boost, and shrink checks will be passed in. And just know, people, this will cause an increase of taxes across the board, even with stimulus checks next year. Even if the second stimulus is approved. Now, honestly, I do think the second stimulus still can't be approved, and I'm going on a long shot of saying this. I think if it is, it's going to be late October, right, just before election, or it can happen after election. I do think they will approve it. But the negative part of that is the approval is going to come when the economy has completely just gone to hell, basically. Now, as you all say, Coca-Cola, yes, Coca-Cola, I did an article on that, offered 4,000 people a buyout, and they're saying they laid off maybe 450, but they offered, or 750. Right? I just did a live stream on this a couple of days. Second stimulus is 5 months late after evictions. I think Easy said, what did Easy say? Who is that? I don't know who that is. Easy says something about Trump and Republican. And Easy, I want to share this with you. Don't think I am a supporter of Trump. I'm not. I don't support anyone that believes in white supremacy, right? However, however, I'm not supporter of any party, because at the end of the day, as I tell people, that you are going to have to learn how to pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. And you're going to have to learn the game and stop complaining and take the responsibility of your own financial situation. So this is for Easy. He talks about the Republicans all the time. Sharon says we are in a recession since late April of 2020. Obama spoke out about it. Trump admitted. Yeah, I would hope everybody know we're in a recession now. 51 million people filed for unemployment. Right, LaToya, money never fights money. So I know you all will think, oh man, if we get this party or this president, Joe Biden is a multi-millionaire. Dave Ramsey Network is worth $55 million. Robert Kiyosaki is a multi-millionaire. I know they express difference of opinion, but at the end of the day, they all meet up on the golf course or their yachts and chop it up. I know on camera, right? They are great actors. They are great actors, and it looks like they hate each other. But if you can see the behind the scenes and their extravagant homes and luxury lifestyles and opportunity to travel the world to places that the working middle class don't, then you probably change your mind. So exactly, look at yourselves in the mirrors first, right? Right, they all play the game, right? They all play the game. You just got to learn the rules to how to get yourselves financially as best as you can afloat as well, and stop looking to the government. So this is for Easy. Let's see what his opinion is on this is. Obama administration, Democrats, earmarked $12 million for the Holocaust survivors. Funds to be distributed over the next 5 years. This is from 2015. 250,000 U.S. victims of Nazi persecution that live under the poverty line. Now, the United States had nothing to do with this, right? And you have minorities that had everything to do with slavery. So why not repercussions for minorities that America had hands-on involvement and responsibility for slavery? But yet the Holocaust, in which they had nothing to do with, Obama, and check this out, has awarded 12 million Holocaust survivors, the allocation from the Department of Health and Human Services to the Jewish Federations of North Americans. So that it means distributed over 5 years. That was launched in 2013. Listen to this, by Vice President Joe Biden, to address the needs of survivors in the United States, a quarter of whom live below the poverty line. So this was Joe Biden and Obama, but yet Joe Biden doesn't believe in reparations. So what say to this, Easy, since we got to get Biden in? What do you think he's going to do for the minority or the middle class, especially the Black and or African Americans? They gave it to Jews and Americans and had nothing to do with it. I had the audacity to say to those living below the poverty line. Right. $400 of slavery. But yet he doesn't support reparations. Success, Ojo says, check your email. What's your name? Besides your YouTube name or ID. So let's get, as I wait on Easy to comment. And look at Obama. He had an opportunity to do that for African Americans. It didn't happen. He did it for Jews. Right? Did it for Jews. Success, Ojo? Okay. All right. Update on the stimulus. This was released today. Treasury officials said 70% of stimulus checks, this is unbelievable, sent to dead citizens have been recovered. The Treasury Department says roughly 70% of stimulus checks that were sent to dead citizens have been recovered by the federal government, according to a report from a government watchdog. A Treasury official told Government Accountability Office that nearly or roughly, check this out, 1.12 billion of the 1.6 billion that was wrongfully distributed to deceased during the Rona pandemic has been recovered. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Nearly 1 billion of the 1.6 billion, right? Billions of dollars, they're saying, has been recovered. However, the Government Accountability Office was unable to verify independently that 70% had been returned by the time the office published this report on Monday. The Government Accountability Office had urged the Treasury in June to find cost. Listen at this, though. You have to listen to the language, people. I've been telling you all this. Cost-effective ways of educating the public on how to return payments to the federal government if they should not receive one on their behalf from their deceased relative. Cost-effective ways, just know digital currency is coming into play. Digitalized dollar. It won't replace the dollar, but it's going to make sure or have a more drastic impact that the dollar is definitely losing and is more devalued and losing its purchasing power. They're going to slowly do away with it, right? And we're going to be more digital. And I've been telling you how the post office is going to play a part in it. The report noted that the Treasury and IRS had been posting resources online to help recover checks. The checks had been wrongfully sent, check this out, to 1.2 million individuals. Wow. So the federal government disbursed checks to most families with $1,200 per adult and $500 per child after President Trump signed a $2.2 trillion economic release, which is going to increase your taxes for next year. That's why you need to be in this home-based business, right? The rich will never take on the tax burden of the United States because they understand the legal tax loopholes of business tax deduction. An employee only have 15 deductions, business owner have 475, right? So as taxes go up, so will inflation, which is the silent tax. Inflation is the rise of pricing, and it's going to be hyperinflation because we're going to have high pricing combined with high unemployment. Um, let me read some of these comments. Easy. I just showed you an article where this had nothing to do. This was Obama and Joe Biden. You know what? You can't force a thought where there's no brain. People don't want to accept the truth. You're talking about the Republican Senate, block everything. I just showed you where we had a black president and Vice President Joe Biden that gave it to the Jews, and you still don't want to believe it. Nobody was blocking them then. Okay. Nobody was. What I'm trying to get you to see and realize is that money never fights money. I don't care who you get into office. If you are of minority, especially of the African American and Hispanic descent as well, 42% of African Americans have lost their small businesses during this pandemic. And a man that approves or guides a $12 million payout to Holocaust that the United States had nothing to do about and does not agree in reparations for African Americans is still not going to do anything. But go ahead, stand in line, cast your vote. Let me know how you look in the next 2 or 3 years and if you're any wealthier than you are, because you're so worried about the Republican Senate, who's millionaires and multimillionaires and Democrats. Nancy Pelosi dressed rich, right? And you're so concerned about them like they're supposed to be your financial savior when the responsibility of your financial education is on you, right? It's on you. Point blank, the person in the mirror, it is on you. So let's see what Joe Biden does. Or Kamala Harris. Dude, that's a whole nother conversation in relation to the black community. Okay, Easy won a debate today. The 180 people dead from the virus, 94% had pre-existing underlying health issues. Let's talk about numbers. Numbers don't lie from this virus. 99%, right, according to WebMD, that didn't have any detrimental pre-existing health issues recovered. What pre-existing health issues were the 94% mainly that they mainly had? Cancer, obesity, diabetes, high blood pressure, respiratory issues, brain tumors. So when radiation mixed with this, two bad health issues, unfortunately, death is the outcome. So, not a virus. Not a virus. All right. 94% of people had pre-existing health issues. So let's look at, I can't take people that won't look at stuff for what it is, but what they want. The media is the biggest fake news you can ever watch. And that's where 99% of people get their information. They won't self-educate. They won't seek knowledge outside of that tube in front of their faces. Right? So Martin said Chase Unlimited credit card update. Let's look at that. Then I'm going to log off. I think I found the article. Exactly. That's why I've been trying to get them to see. No carry policy. Learn how to play the game. Thank you. Neither one of them. Neither one of them. Right? You gotta learn. Look, I coach basketball. It's all about strategies and financial and IQ and strategies and acceptance of knowledge. When someone shows you something in black and white versus what you see on that tube on television, numbers don't lie. 94% of people diagnosed as deaf, pre-existing health issues. That's 94% of the United States. So that's 94% of the United States. Jesus, I appreciate you, but they, since we got on some facts about the Rona, they don't like to. When it broadcasts like this, it get very little views. Because you start getting on the topic that reveal the truth, they don't want to notify people you're live on it. If I was on here talking about some bull crap about, Capital One cutting up credit cards, I have double the amount of people on. But when you start speaking truth, the algorithm doesn't want to get the message out. Right? Sharon says the other countries have unhealthy lifestyles, obesity, and food consumptions, Italians, Germans, Polish people, and other. And so does the United States, right? So, if a person that had pre-existing health issues, you would think that people would want to build their immunity and exercise. And I've been telling people, when they were saying stay in the house, don't go out, quarantine, that you need to go in your yard or do something to get vitamin D. Because did you know the outer layer of the sun is called corona? Let me get out this live stream. Because you're trying to educate people that's not ready for what you're saying. We show that to you. The very thing that they count on, the very thing that can help people. But no, people want to stay in the house and I'm gonna self-quarantine. I'm not going outside. Here you go. What is the sun's corona? The sun is surrounded by a jacket of gases called atmosphere. The corona is the outermost part of the sun atmosphere. Right? It's usually hidden by the bright light of the sun's surface that makes it difficult to see without special instruments. So when you deny yourself of the corona and its exposure, then you can't fight the corona. Get vitamin D, sunlight in your body. God has created, whether you believe in God, the universe, whatever, things within this earth realm to give you a healthy and healing body, which includes receiving oxygen from trees and plants, which is why you should not want to ever limit and mask up your oxygen intake if you don't have to. It's not a requirement, right? And also vitamin D from the sun. But how many people want to go outside? How many people want to work in fields? How many people want to work in their yards? How many people want to sweat? How many people want to breathe in the oxygen? How many people think they're masking up obesity, diabetes, high blood pressure is the answer? Asthma, just put a mask on and let's cover it up. Now you're limiting your oxygen intake provided by God, nature, which is also destroying your health. And everything that would have helped you is just the opposite of what the media told you to do, but you did what the media told you to do. And people that had pre-existing health issues, who did not build their immunity, who did not take vitamin D, who did not take zinc, continue to get unhealthier, right? And their health continue to depreciate, and it did not result in a healthy outcome. Strengthen your immune system. Change your diet if necessary. Not easy. This is not easy. See, I know people don't want to hear. I myself, I talked to my friend, I asked him, I said, please hold me accountable. I know I need to eat healthier. Right? I was supposed to start a detox today. I didn't start. Actually, I ate a slice of pizza. I know. But if it came to life or death, I could do it. You know, it shouldn't have to come to that. I don't want it to. But I do go to the gym. I walked a mile today outside. Right? I build my immunity. Latoya said LOL. Not Latoya, but I did try to balance it out now. After I ate this slice of cheese pizza with that good carbohydrate white bread, it was so soft. I did come back and eat a vegan meal afterwards. And it was kind of productive, but when I got home, I did take a sip of that detox tea. I guess I washed down the pizza with the detox, not detox tea, but detox juice. I know, I'm going to do better. I'm going to do better. But I do get my exercise in religiously, regardless of my slipbacks or my bad eating habits at times, right? So let's go into Chase card. People, I just want to know, Ramsey, you're right. I know I got to get out there, especially the white cards. I know I do. I am. I'm going to do better. But this is what Martin was talking about. I guess. Martin, is this what you were talking about? Yeah, I get on a low carb diet. I'm not sure, Martin. If not, let me know. This was the only up-to-date article I saw today, August 31st. Let's see what it's talking about. Chase just launched a new Chase card, Freedom Flex credit card with no annual fee. But this is about the Chase. Did you say Chase Freedom? I thought you were saying the Chase Bank Rewards. And rotating and set plus. Let's see what it's talking about. Chase is the latest issue to adjust credit card lineup to accommodate customers' new spending habits during the Rona. That's why the company is launching the new Chase card Freedom Flex card on September 15, 2020. The new card offers a competitive cashback program with added dining and grocery rewards. Good. Anything with added groceries reward with credit cards right now, I'm for you all getting, right? Because they're stating that the next crisis is going to be a food crisis, right? A food crisis. So anything that helps you get cash, and if it's not a food crisis, just food, the pricing on food has increased. So if you're getting cash back to make groceries, right, then that helps you to beat the price of inflation, which is inflation, the rise in prices of your everyday goods and services, right? With added dining and grocery rewards, it marks the first time, wow, in 5 years, the Chase brand is backed by the MasterCard network. That's interesting. Yeah, because Chase was always backed by Visa. MasterCard and Chase share a common view about the importance of meeting the evolving needs of consumers and providing payment options that acknowledge and reward their spending loyalty. The compelling cashback proposition on this product, coupled with MasterCard's where the least benefits and prices experiences, give cardholders with their flexibility to navigate their day-to-day lives more effectively. The Chase Freedom Unlimited card is undergoing a refresh with new elevated reward categories, again, starting September 15th, and an enhanced welcome bonus. Wow, listen at this. The Chase Freedom Flex card starts out with rewards from the Chase Freedom credit card, 5% cash back, the biggest cash back I've seen, on up to $1,500 in combined purchase and bonus category. But it is quarterly, right? It is quarterly, but you get 5% cash back each quarter, then 1% and 1% cash back on other purchases. So it'll be if each quarter means 4 months. So if you're making purchases that qualify within that 4 months, is 5%, right? But non-purchase that qualify, it would be 1% and then 1% cash. So 1% cash back on other purchases. That's the only thing I don't like about quarterly cash back rewards, right? However, 5% cash back on up to $1,500 in categories in each quarter. 5% cash back on travel booked through Chase Unlimited Reward Portal. We don't know where the travel industry is going or the restaurant industry, but it's 3% cash back on dining, 3% cash back on drugstores. That's good. You know, you have to buy your prescription and your meds, and 1% cash back on all other purchases, right? So this is also a unique welcome bonus. You can earn 5% cash back on grocery store purchase, but it does include Target or Walmart. Up to $12,000 spent in the first year. So that's great. 5% back on grocery stores, up to $12,000 spent in the first year. However, it does exclude Walmart and Target grocery shopping, right? There's also an additional $200 back after you spend $500. So this is already in the Chase reward. You get the $200 back after you spend $500 back on your purchase the first 3 months, which is like earning people. When you do this, this is like earning 40% cash back. And this is what helps you, right? As the dollar loses its purchasing power, which may increase the pricing in goods and services. Ramsey said the food crisis already started. Food deserts everywhere. Wow. Okay, most people of color have a deficiency of vitamin D. You must ask your physician to check your vitamin D because they don't check it with your. Okay, thank you, Jacqueline. Great news. I take my vitamin D supplements and I do a lot of outside activities like walk the track and do yard work. But I don't think I've ever asked for a vitamin D checkup. So I definitely would do that. Thanks so much for the information. Okay, I'm signing off because I have more credit work to do for tonight. But just, you know, I've shown you all when I get these emails, I showed this at the beginning, these text messages. A client is so glad that one collection put them in the 700 club. Someone said Trump 2020. I'm not for Trump. I'm not for anyone that supports white supremacy. So if that's how you feel, please get off of my live stream on Periscope. Not for asking the Democrats to save me either. Right? This is just a point where you have to save yourself. Where you have to save yourself. So that's it for me. Make sure you get your credit and cash flow up. Right? Do what you got to do to keep and to save yourself afloat. People are losing jobs or have lost jobs. Unemployment, did you all know that unemployment is looking like it's only going to last 3 weeks? Right? Unemployment looking like it's only going to last up to 3 weeks for the states that saying that they have it. So, because FEMA is saying they only have an allocated amount, 6 weeks max, but only looking as if it's going to last for 3 weeks. 6 weeks will be a blessing, right? If it can last that long. So prepare. Someone said I was milking credit, right? I am, and that's why I'm doing it. That's why I milk credit. That's why I do what I do, because let me all right. I just had to learn how to block some people on my Periscope. So yes, they did mention some states are running out of unemployment. Why have let's look at that. Let me see, can I pull that article up? States running out of unemployment. I may do a live stream on this tonight. I mean tomorrow. But actually, I don't see anything up to date on that. This was like a June article. I don't see anything in August that says that. The last article I see is June. And I think, they're saying states run out of unemployment. That's when FEMA came in to provide the federal. But I'm not sure if your local states, let me make sure I can't find an article, will have their unemployment benefit. So this is the most up to date that I'm pulling up. August the 3rd. But it's just saying states like California, Delaware, Massachusetts, Minnesota, and Texas have basically exhausted their funds and they requested federal. So this was August 3rd. But FEMA has come through. But then you have FEMA that, I'm reading this article. So you have FEMA that's saying that they have to assist with like the Hurricane Laura situation, Louisiana. So FEMA only had about 44 billion. And let me share this up to date with you. Just looking like unemployment claims since Great Recession, that 4.4 more million Americans filed unemployment last week, right? So this has erased all job gains since the Great Recession. And whenever they're comparing things to the Great Recession, that's scary. California, Florida, Texas, Georgia, and New York have been the states with the largest number of unemployment claims, right? Yeah, so people, I'm not saying credit is the answer, right? But I am saying credit is an answer, especially when you don't have the income. Okay. All right, so that's it. Azu said, look into the People's Party. Okay, you all, I have to get back to credit now. You all have a great night. This is Queen of Credit signing off. Here's to your peace and prosperity, your health and your wealth, your credit and your cash flow, right? Queen of Credit guy. Let's do the Wakanda. Man, wasn't that sad news? That's sad news. I heard 2 children today. They were discussing, emotionally discussing, right? That it's not going to be a Wakanda 2. You can't replace them. And we're not going to have, nobody else, these like 12-year-olds, right? Because I work in the public schools as well. These 12-year-old boys, African American or blacks, right? Boys was having a discussion and said, you can't, there can't be, no one can replace this Black Panther, right? So I thought that was nice. They was emotionally, adamantly expressing that. So rest in peace, the Black Panther, and we got Kobe, the Black Mamba, and you all, let's just, try to do what we got to do. Take care of yourself and your household. Please, there is a credit crisis, right? Yeah, Chad, rest in heaven, rest in peace. Credit is getting harder to get, that cheap money. And that's why I'm telling you all, you can be a part of the prosperity or the poverty line, but make yourself available and position yourself to get access to those cheap funds to do that. All right, you all. Queen of Credit out. You all have a great night. Yeah.